It was over $100,000 in 1 month.
Eric,
right?
Eric.
Guys, get up, get ready. All right. And man, not only that, the reason why we love these guys so much is not only because they're so humble. I mean, dude, if you're making over $100,000 a month, it's easy to get a little, to your head. All right. These guys are so ridiculously humble, and they're building a family business, something that we've always wanted to do, and that's what they're doing. And we just love them so much, and we can't thank them enough. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and unmute Coach Gary. Gary, you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Come on, talk to me, baby. How you doing?
Let's go, G2.
What's up, man? The floor is yours, bro. Thank you for being on.
First of all, we love and appreciate you guys. You have no clue how much we look up to you guys in business, really running a successful family business. I mean, I've been sitting on here for like the past 15, 20 minutes just watching the cash flow, the comma dance. It's like, dang, that wasn't a comma dance. That felt like a Soul Train line. It was crazy. All these people making all that kind of money is ridiculous. It really is, and it's kind of cool to see my boy Layton on here, to see Natasha cashing out, beating him real quick. That was a slight jab. I know my boy's on here, right? My boy Edward. Man, there's so many people making great money today in the business. It's kind of scary. And not scary from a point of it's going to stop. Scary from a point of, is it real? Man, I joined Primerica at the age of 20. I'm a second gen in Primerica, have a music industry background. One of my biggest goals and dreams was to be the P. Diddy of my era, okay? And so that was at like 15 is when that dream kind of became a thing, And I started throwing parties, all white parties, pajama jams, and hopefully today I can show you some pictures. And they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, so why tell stories, right? And so I was able to grow in that industry. But guess what I found out? One of the biggest disappointments in my life that really showed me how great Primerica was happened in 2011. It's when I found out the music industry was faker than a $10, like what they say, a $7 bill, right? A $7 bill. I found out it was fake. The cars rented, the homes rented. I started talking to executives and they said, man, we have MTV Cribs. I need to find a house to rent for this artist. And I'm like, I really grew up watching those shows thinking that they were living that kind of life, making that kind of money. And so I grew up wanting to see that. Little did I know, living inside of my house was a real baller. But when you're a kid growing up, you don't know how much money your family makes. You don't ask questions like that, especially in a black house. You really get smacked. How much? What? It's a little bit different, So I never asked my parents how much money they made, and through a series of unfortunate events, from me got in the music industry. I'll tell you this story real quick. I booked Lil Wayne. Me, my dad, and a few business partners booked Lil Wayne, which at the time was like the greatest rapper alive, one of the biggest rappers, one of the biggest literally performers of all time. And believe it or not, we paid him $80,000, not 80 cents, okay? Not $80, okay? $80,000 to get him to come and do an after party for us. And we sold out. We found a venue that held over 5,000-6,000 people. We sold out in probably a week worth of promotion. We ran ads through my company on MTV and BET. I know we paid top dollar to be an ad in between Jersey Shore commercials. Like Jersey Shore was like the biggest show on MTV, and we ran ads during Jersey Shore. And I will never forget this moment. One of the most crushing moments of my life. We show up to the after party. Imagine showing up to a party, right? And it's packed out. Everybody's there. Everybody's there. Like literally there's like 400-500 people that can't get inside. You walk inside, it's packed. The music is going. This is getting ready to be the most epic party ever. And Lil Wayne tweets, no after party, going skating. My dad comes and pulls me out the club. Keep in mind, I'm like 16, 17. No, I'm 17, 18. My dad pulls me out the club and he goes, Gary, we need to leave. And I go, why do we need to leave? He goes, this is getting ready to go bad really, really quick. So what are you talking about? He goes, Lil Wayne's not coming. I go, how do you know? He says, because Jeff Filstad told me that he just tweeted that he's not coming. I was like, oh no, like what's gonna happen? Keep in mind, they say never count count your eggs before they hatch, right? Or count your chickens before they hatch. Listen, I was already counting the money. So I had a big duffel bag full of money. And one of the most humbling experiences of my life is seeing money come, but also that same night, seeing money go, because I got in the music industry. Come to find out, I'm not the only one. I just got added to the list. He had done that in like 5 or 10 other cities. He made money doing this. So man, I felt like I just got gut punched. All the wind left my body. I was like, forget the music industry. I don't like these guys. These guys are fake. I bet his gold teeth are fake. Like, oh my God, I don't like this guy. I became the biggest hater. Around the exact same time that happened, the dream that I wanted to live is now on the back burner. I don't want to do that. That's horrible. No, I'll never go back to the music industry. Around that exact same time, my grandmother fell ill with cancer, and I watched how my father was able to tend to my grandmother. And so I was actually able to stay at home with her and spend time with her. So the music industry's out the window. Number two, now I have to spend more time with my family, and I'm watching this whole thing unfold. Now, keep in mind, I thought that when a family member or a friend passes away and they say, hey, listen, man, I want my business to transfer to the next generation, that's just what was going to happen. Now, my grandmother wasn't in Primerica, okay? She was in real estate. And she had about 3 properties in South Central Los Angeles. So when she died, I thought that we were going to take over those properties, become like the real estate guys, and that was going to be great. But what happened was we didn't know who the tenants were. My grandmother had Section 8 out the property. So the government was paying my grandmother to let tenants live on that property. We didn't know how much that was. We didn't know how much the tenants should pay. We didn't know that my grandmother had refinanced the house 2 or 3 times, had a balloon payment that was supposed to hit 3 days after she died. For $80,000 a pop on each house. We end up losing those homes. And not because of we didn't have the finances. We lost the homes because of miscommunication. So I'm sitting back as a kid, right? You're mad as a kid, and you're like, man, how did my dad let this happen? Like, man, how did my uncles, these powerful men, let this happen? And then before I opened my mouth, I said, well, hold on, Gary, you don't know who your parents' mortgage is through. Wait, you don't know who your parents owe. You can't get on your parents for asking. You can't get on your dad and say, how do you not know Granny's business when you don't know your parents' business? So my grandmother got laid to rest November 30th, 2013. We lost the houses, and I'm sitting there having an epiphany. And I said, man, if my dad gets in a position where he can no longer speak or can't even get up, because it wasn't the cancer that killed my grandmother. She ended up having a stroke, and that's what killed her before she died. So she was now paralyzed. We can't communicate. We don't know anything. So I said, if my dad gets himself in that position, I want to be in a position to grow the family's income. I want to be in a position to take over where he left off. And at the time, I was really big into Marvel. I said, I want to be the Tony Stark of Primerica, right? I want to take over where my parents left off, right? And so I had this conversation with my dad. This is all inner conversation. So now I have the external conversation. Dad, man, I'm done with the music industry. I never want to go back to it. It's shady. It's all outdoors. It's not fun. We lost money. I'm mad. And then on top of that, my grandmother passed away, dude. I want to do Primerica. And I thought and you guys know, if you guys know my pops, you'll meet him in a couple minutes here. I thought my dad was going to be like, oh my God, son, this is the best decision ever. I've been waiting for you to say that. That's what I thought he was going to say. My dad looked at me and went just like this. Hell no. Hell no, you can't do Primerica. Gary, you have on yellow skinny jeans right now. And that was the most, he was like, you're in the music industry, dude. Everybody, all of your friends have red hair. You ever seen a black man with red hair? It doesn't happen naturally. It's dyed, okay? It's like, dude, it's like, come on, Gary, I will pay you. My dad looked me in my face and said, Gary, I will pay you $10,000 a month not to do Primerica. I was like, damn, man, what's going on? And he was saying that like, dude, listen, if you're going to even say that you want to take over, you have to grow as a person. That was the checkup from the neck up for me. Dude, this is not just about money. Dude, this is not just about inheritance. No. You have to study to show thyself approval. It's just biblical. You have to study to show thyself approval. You have to put in the work, dude. You're not about to just walk in here and say, I'm G2 and let me take over your bid. That's not about to happen. But the question that I asked him that allowed me to get in Primerica was, Dad, if you died tomorrow, who do you want to take over the business? And he goes, well, you. And I said, Dad, how can I take over something I have no clue about? I know Primerica takes us on trips every 6 months. Like, I don't even know how much money you made. And he get quiet on me. And he said, 60,000 last month. I said, huh? He goes, I made 60,000 last month. I go, you made $60,000 last month? He goes, I know it's not a lot. It's a bad month. I go, what? That is freaking, a good rapper's making $10,000 a show, and it's only 4 Saturdays in a month. That's 40 grand. He's making $20 more thousand dollars than rappers on a month. I'm like, yo, this dude is making that much money? Now I'm amped. Now I'm like, dude, I gotta do Primerica. Now I gotta get this thing going. So I put my application in, and I just thought the money was gonna start flowing. And guess what, you guys? It didn't. Guess what? You now gotta book appointments. And so all of my friends that were coming to my parties, all of my friends that were fired up about coming to see Lil Wayne, I pick up the phone and I go, hey, Craig, listen, me and my dad just started a joint venture. I'm expanding into a different market. We're penetrating the millennial market, and we're going to be growing organically a business here in Rancho Cucamonga. And I'm looking for some business partners. Keep in mind, this is the same guy that got to the front of the line at the party and go like this. Oh, that's my boy, Gary. He'll let me in for free. That's my dog. He goes, hell no, I ain't doing that, and hangs up. I called like 5 or 10 of my close friends. Talk about a gut punch. That felt worse than the Lil Wayne thing, because I paid for those guys to get into the Lil Wayne thing. These were supposed to be my crew. Gut punch. No, hell no, we're not doing Primerica. You stupid. That's a scam. That's a pyramid scam. Like all these fools. Eat at my house, spend the night. All these dudes, you've been living on Primerica money, didn't even know it. So literally all of my friends said, we're not going to do Primerica. But I knew that wasn't going to stop me. I didn't care about, being honest with you, these guys weren't my friends. These guys were groupies. So then I had a real conversation with my dad, and he says, if we're going to do this, we're going to build a solid business. And I'm going to help you. This is the biggest piece. I'm going to help you. I'm going to leverage my wisdom with your strength. The Bible says I call them old because they're wise. I call them young because they're strong. We're going to leverage those two things, and we're going to be a dynamic force to reckon with in business. And I go, Dad, I trust you. I don't know anything about Primerica, and all my friends told me they ain't doing it. Over the course of the next 2 weeks, God is awesome. Over the course of the next 2 weeks, we were able to set up somewhere between 5 to 6 recruiting appointments. From those 5 to 6 recruiting appointments, believe it or not, I was able to pre-qualify for district, pre-qualify for division, pre-qualify for regional leader in 2 weeks. We did $17,000 in field training and 21 direct recruitment, 21 base shop recruits from the people that I hired. And guess what the kicker was? None of them were my friends, because my friends were like, it's a scam. You're stupid. And I was like, okay, cool. Give me your mama number. And I recruited their moms and their dads. That's what was the awesome piece. But it made it 1,000 times easier because I had my pops with me. So I called him, booked the appointment. Hey, Eric, you don't know me, but I'm friends with your son, CJ. Oh, no way. Oh, great. So listen, man, I really need some help. I just got cleared to open up a franchise here in Rancho Cucamonga alongside my father, and we're expanding into the millennial market. Could you help us out? I need to observe about 10 or 15 field training observations. You're not entitled to buy anything. I just need you to ask a million and 10 questions. He goes, you're a friend of CJ's? Yeah. All right, great, cool. Can you come over to the house today at 6? My dad does the presentation. Kicker. My dad does a presentation. His dad says he doesn't have the time, but he says, my son's got nothing but time. So the same friend that said, hell no, I'm not doing it. It's a scam. Now you got to do it because your dad says, I'm going to pay for you. You sit at home playing video games. You're not doing nothing. Now you got to do Primerica. I'll give you the contacts. You can utilize my market. Everybody wants to help out millennials. Nobody wants to help out older people. That's a fun fact, not dissing older people. But I'm telling you, people are more prone to buy Girl Scout cookies from the Girl Scout, not the parents. If the parents are standing there saying, want to buy some Girl Scout cookies, it's not going to happen. A part of the presentation is the little girl saying, hey, could you support my scout, my group? And they buy it because people are more prone to helping young people. So watch this. We leverage them. So now my first 5 or 6 recruits were mother and son, mother and daughter, father and son. We decided to penetrate a market in Primerica that we thought had never been tapped. In the course of 7 months, not 10 years, in the course of 7 months, I pre-qualified for regional vice president. My first year, I was able to cash flow $100,000. That's great. Hey, in my head, that was great. I had never made that kind of money before. I'd spent money in business, but I had never made net profit $100,000. I cried, man. It's like, I'm a kid. I dropped out of high school. I didn't do nothing right. So at this point, me going RVP and me getting a ring felt like the graduation that I was supposed to have. It was like I cried. I felt great. But the most important piece was the conversation that happened after, and this is why we're here today. My dad says, Gary, now that you have the ring, Gary, now that you're regional vice president, today you guys promoted some regional vice presidents. You had great cash flow achievements. Some people got their watches. I think that's awesome, right? The next piece is you got it. Now help somebody else get it. Game-changing conversation. I became a regional vice president in November of 2014. That exact same month, I hired a guy named Adrian Anderson. 10 months later from that day, Adrian Anderson was my first regional vice president. So the day I went RVP, I recruited a guy. 10 months later, we promoted out our first regional vice president. Since then, we've promoted out 6 regional vice presidents, man. And all of them wear the ring. I just promoted out another $400,000 earner, April Amante Bonner. They've only been in Primerica 2 years. I have Adrian Anderson getting ready to go over ownership here. And should be the next pay cycle, so probably Monday, which is exciting. He has a regional leader under him that's getting ready to get the ring. So he's getting over ownership, and he has a regional getting ready to get the ring. We have BJ and Elia King in our base shop getting ready to get the ring. April and Monte have Passion that's getting ready to get her ring. One more. Oh, Vivian Diaz has Andres and Joanna getting ready to get their ring all this month. And this is why we're jumping diamonds. People see the diamond movement. People see the growth. And it's because of that conversation that was had. Gary, you got it. Stop focusing on you. Help everybody around you get it. Because when you fight for something bigger than yourself, you become big yourself. A lot of people knew me in Primerica for having great income. And they would say, Gary, tell your story. Man, you made $100,000 your first year. And they didn't know I was at home doing the same thing. Hey, man, listen, I made $100,000 my first year. Not boasting or bragging, but I'm showing you what we're going to do with you. I'm like the fat trainer that lost a bunch of weight so I could show you how to do it. I did it first. And so that's the system that we ran. Today, we have great income, not because we're great, but because we have Art and Juana Martinez, who spoke for you guys recently. I want to say about 90, it was like right before the coronavirus kicked off, right before this whole deal happened. Like, that was a blessing that you guys got him out there. But we have him because he's getting ready to go over 600,000. Simone and Herbert just got their ownership. We got Adrian Anderson getting ready to get ownership. We got Frank and Elvira getting ready to get their rings. We have so many RVPs having income milestones. Jack and Crystal Bain just got their ring. And because we focused on them, our income keeps growing. See, that's the cheat code in Primerica. And I promise, I can't promise you a lot. The cheat code is if you help your downlines make tremendous amount of money, you will get paid back as well. For the RVPs that are on this call that are fighting for something, take the focus off of you. I know you're fighting for the ring, another diamond movement. I know you're fighting for ownership, $500,000, $1 million. The focus can't be on you. The focus has to be on the team. Hey guys, we're about to run up the team cash. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Nobody's expecting us to grow. Everybody's pronouncing death. And if you look at everybody around, everybody's making great money right now. But they don't think that we can do that. They don't think that we're like Chris Achong. They don't think that we're like Mario. They don't think that we're like Willie. They don't think that we're like Sam Shep. Oh, we're about to show. Our goal, believe it or not, our team cash goal is 800,000 outside of our income. How are we not going to jump diamonds? How are we not going to jump diamonds? I'm focused on my guys. By the way, Eric, not to throw shots or anything, but 122,000 was the bonus this month. We made 213,000 last month, 199,000 a month before, 206,000 a month before. We're replacing 117,000. Our bonus was 125. So now literally last year we were crying at 117, like, man, we made $117,000, like 6 figures a month. Now we're making 6 figures every 15 days. But it's not because we're great. No personal sales, no personal recruits at all. All we're doing is teaching our guys how to make serious cash flow. My regionals are doing $30,000 in the base shop, personal, because they're saying, coach, we want to see you go over 2 million. So, and as soon as they throw it to us, guess what I do? I chest pass it to them. Back to you. Hey man, no, I want to see you make $20,000 a month. No, coach, I want to see you make $300,000 a month. No, man, I want to see you make 20. And we're going back and forth and back and forth. And guess what's happening? The income's growing because we're producing district leaders. But it's the fundamentals, nothing special. Somebody on this call, I'm taking my rings off. My hands are getting sweaty, getting excited. Okay, somebody's on this call looking for the magic pill. I walked around the gym. I started working out about 1.5 years ago, right? I'm down like 60 something pounds, right? I'm not where I need to be yet. We're working on it, right? But you walk around the gym, first time in the gym, and you're talking to buff dudes. I don't know if women do this, but you're talking to buff dudes. Hey, bro, how'd you get shredded? And he tells you the stuff you don't want to hear. Oh, man, I got a meal plan. I've been following for the last 5 years, bro. I come in the gym every day. I'm focused. I don't take days off. I don't want to talk to that guy. Next buff guy. Hey, bro, how you get shredded? Oh, man, bro, it got down to seriously training every day. I kill cardio. I'm ripped because I'm focused. I don't want that answer. You're literally walking around the gym looking for the guy to go like this. Steroids, bro, I got him. Meet me in the locker room. You're looking for this. There is no steroids in this business. Guess what it is? It's hard work and dedication. That sounds so like fickle. It's like he didn't give us anything. Well, if you look at the leaders, you look at Natasha, you look at somebody who's up and coming, look at their schedule versus your schedule. Look at Eric. Look at Jason. Look at the Ortiz's family. Look how they work. What does their day consist of? And if your coach is out working you, I'm sorry, you got the game plan wrong. Hey, if your coach is out there killing it and you're at home, your coach is, hey, just closed the 1,500 and picked up the IBA, got something great in the works. Your coach sends that out through group me and you're in the middle of watching Gossip Girl. Bro, you got the game wrong. You wanted to Netflix and chill during the quarantine. They wanted to get rich and build. That's the difference. There is no steroids here. Sell out. In a big way, sell out to working every day. Sell out to, I'll give you some fundamentals real quick because people say I don't give them fundamentals, right? Complete 3 recruiting appointments a day. Now for you, this was my formula that my dad gave me to go RVP. Complete 3 recruiting appointments a day. Now in my market, if I'm being extremely honest with you guys, that means I got to book 6 recruiting appointments because my guys will see it's a Primerica office and keep driving by. I've literally been standing outside. Hey man, is this you right here in the burgundy Charger? Yeah, man. And then you hear the phone go and they drive off. So I had to book 6 appointments to be able to complete 3. Now that out of the 3 that I completed, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't the best. Never been the best. I'm hiring 1. Then my dad says, Gary, if you can complete 2 kitchen tables at night, 3 recruiting appointments a day, 2 kitchen tables at night, you do that every day, including Sundays for 6 months, you'll be a regional vice president. For me to get 4 real qualified kitchen table appointments, I would have to book 4. So I got in the habit of double booking everything. And guess what happened? My team is watching me and they're saying, well, damn, if coach is doing that, maybe we should continue to do that. How did coach make $100,000 his first year? He kept, so we're going to duplicate what he's doing. And they don't know. And here's the kicker. And a lot of people on this call feel this way or will feel this way. You don't know if it's going to work. You're just going through it. You're going like this. Oh man, coach told me to do 3 recruit appointments a day, but I booked 8 and all 8 canceled. What do I do? He told me to complete 2 KTs at night, but all my KTs rescheduled. What do I do? Those nights, those moments is when you call in for a lifeline. You got to pick up the phone and call your coach and say, man, here's what's going on. And I'm really thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my mom, because in those moments, I was able to pick up the phone and not call mom and dad, but call my coach and say, what should I do? And I promise you, it was never, come home, son. It was, do what you got to do. Bro, you got to keep booking. Call your team. Call an emergency meeting. Call some. You got to find some action. You're going to let a day go and you didn't close? Are you going to let a day go and you didn't build your business? And so because I carried myself with that, now here's the best part to me. Sergio was watching me. Vivian was watching me. Adrian's watching me. My guys are watching me go through this. And guess what they say? I may not be able to call my parents, but in those moments, I'm going to call G2, and I know what he's going to say, but I just needed to say it. I need him to say it to me. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, bro. You can find something. Are you going to go home? Oh, yeah. By the way, we work for real, for real. We're not going to go home? Yeah, no, we're not going to go home, guys. We're committed to not going home without results. Now, we're going to be and people are going to talk about us. They're going to say, oh, Gary's team is crazy. But it's okay when the results start pouring in. They can't say that it was luck. We worked for it. So I grew my base shop. My first base shop, after I went RVP, the first month, I did about $46,000 in base shop premium. And that was great for me. I made 16 grand that month. I was super excited. The next month was 48,000. The next month was 50,000. That complete year, we averaged about 50,000 a month in premium. And I thought that was great coming from a kid whose best was 35,000. I went RVP and my team grew. Well, guess what? The challenge came, like right now, I'm in Las Vegas right now in the presidential suite, because my coach, Rick Susie, says, Gary, every time your team does 100,000, I'm going to put you up in a presidential suite and I'm going to have you drive 14 of your leaders out and you're going to spend time with them. So right now I'm literally in the presidential suite. We met with Rick Susie last night, but he stretched us at 100,000 mark. We hit 100,000 7 times that year. 100,000 in the base shop 7 times that year. And by the way, that was after promoting out my first regional vice president. In that process, we promoted 3 RVPs and still kept $100,000 base shop. Right now, I'm sorry, not right now. At the height of the career, $150,000 in the base shop. It wasn't nothing special. It was, we were willing to outwork everybody. My coaches had my back. I wasn't going to do anything unethical. My coaches were going to say, hey, Gary, we're going to throw contests. We're going to throw promotions. We're going to make sure that people are getting licensed. We're going to make sure people are going district, division, and regional. We're not going to be doing empty premium. Hey, get it how you live, but we've made a commitment not to do empty premium. What's empty premium? It's not backed by a person. Premium, when it's backed by a person, has purpose. Premium without a person has no purpose. You're just selling the policy to sell it. So we made a commitment to have a purpose-driven business, and that's what exploded it. Today, our hierarchy does, I think last month we did $740,000, and that was a bad month for us. But the beautiful part about it was, hey, at one point, that was our high. When we went over $1 million a year, you guys, we did $400,000 through the hierarchy. And that was exciting for us. We were like, 400,000, oh my God. Today, we're doing 700,000. And we're not talking about, yeah, man, times are great. No. Times are not great. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Yeah, you're making more money than you ever made in your life, but this is just catching up before the pandemic. So we still got so much more money to make. We got to do $1 million in the hierarchy through thirds to make a real difference. You see Willie, you see these leaders, I amp up the guys that are above me. Some people don't do it. I amp up the guys that are above me. And I say, man, they don't think we'll ever be them. And my team is the underdog team, and we show up to play, man. And so I don't want to just keep rambling with you guys, but just understand some key points. There is no secret sauce. Nothing beats working hard every day, and you're doing it for a short amount of time. I forgot to tell you this. I busted my ass from January 2014 to November of 2014. I got licensed in April though. So I was able to do business from April to November. Since then, I haven't picked up a direct recruit. Since then, I haven't closed a personal sale. Because we built a huge business, I now get to live on 100% residual income. April of 2 years ago, I took over my parents' business, and man, life has been great. man, that was the biggest moment for me. When my dad says, Gary, I want you to take over the business and we're starting this right now. And I'm like, right now? He's like, right now. I go, cool, let's do it. And we all changed our name from Gary Kornegay II, Pat and Gary Kornegay, to the Kornegay Family Enterprise. And now we run a family business where my fiance is running, my wife, I just got married. I got to get used to saying that. Where my wife is now a strategic partner with us, and she picks up where I lack. Where my mom has my back, my sister has my back, my dad is the face of the business. See, we all play a role because we all get a check. See, most people try and compete with us and they don't understand, and you guys have the exact same dynamic. It's hard to beat the Ortizes because you think you're competing with 2 when you're really competing with 6. It's hard to beat the Kornegays because you're not just competing with 1, you're competing with 5. You have to compete against Gary, Kristen, my wife, Kishana, my mom, and my dad. Oh man, you getting jumped and you don't even know it. You thought you was on a one-on-one fight, you getting jumped. And that is the strategic piece that makes Primerica awesome. Being at the convention, man, I promise you, and maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I'm always paying attention. But when I saw you guys on stage and they did a highlight on y'all, it's just like, I want that so bad. I want it out. Like, that is the fact that Primerica even recognizes family in business. There's no other company in North America that says, bring your family to business. They don't respect that, but Primerica does. Matter of fact, they give trophies for it. Remember we did the TV show, the second gen TV show? That was crazy. But today, in that second gen group meet, there's over 1,000 second generation people that are in Primerica looking to build a business with their parents or to inherit the business. Now, I prefer to build. But I think it's dope that we got that many people saying, no, it's a family ordeal. And so you guys have been examples to us, big bros, to me in a big way. Always stretching my vision in a big way. I mean, you like to burn my butt a little bit too. Both y'all like to talk crap. And I love that, man. That is that big brother energy that I needed, you know? So I appreciate you guys, man. Your mother and father, I can't even speak enough. I cry because, you know, it's always an encourager. You ever been on stage and just bombed? And you haven't lived until Ed walked up to you and goes, hey, Gary, it's okay, man. It's going to get better. I mean, hey, you did better than you did last time. And I'm like, I literally suck. But he made me feel like I don't suck anymore. So it's you know, Avon just like, that is awesome. You guys got great leadership. You guys are now pushing to get that done, the $1 million ring. Hey, guess what, you guys? It's only going to happen. The $1 million ring is only going to happen when you guys keep making sick money like y'all are making right now. You keep intensifying. Now take what you guys got and intensify it. It's called a pressure cooker. Pressure cook that. Keep going. Income's double. Work ethics double. Sleep becomes minimal. More district leaders, more division leaders, more regional leaders. Make it normal for regional leaders to get a ring. When it's like, when do you get 100? When do you make 100,000? Well, I got regional leaders that are not even regional vice presidents with their ring on. When that becomes a normal, you guys will hit 1 million and not plateau. You guys got it rocking right now. You won't hit 1 million and plateau. You guys will go to 1 million or 1.5 to 1.7 and just keep rolling because the incomes that you guys are making right now is sick. It's sick. But guess what? If you intensify it, it'll keep going. If you intensify it, it'll keep going. It'll keep growing. That's from the new person that's on here that's like, I don't know what to do. Well, listen, they have something special called the field training bonus. If you keep doing what you need to do while you're in the base shop, that field training bonus will continue to grow. You got money banked. Well, I'm newly licensed and I did get my field training bonus, my fast start bonus, and I'm excited, but I don't know where to start. Hey, figure it out. Be creative. It's not that the business is not there, it's that you're not innovative. You have to innovate. Pick up all the people that told you no. Pick up the phone. Hey, listen, remember I told you I was getting my license and I guess this wasn't a good time? Well, listen, we're in the middle of the pandemic. I know everybody's at home. I'm doing free financial checkups on people. Hey, I've had one of my agents is like, Gary, you hear about Primerica's new special? I go, what are you talking about? He goes, man, because of COVID-19, they have this new special. I'm like, hold on, everybody be quiet. I'm trying to listen to what this guy's saying. He goes, Gary, they have this thing where right now, if you're insuring one child, the parents get insurance, you're insuring one child, the rest are free. I'm like, y'all are stupid. Oh my God. Primerica did that already, but the way he's marketing it, people are like, oh my God, that's so awesome. In the middle of a pandemic, oh my, I can insure all of my kids. Grandmama can insure all the grandkids. And that's what people are doing. Before I hand it over to my dad, I want you guys to not feel entitled. I want you guys to be grateful. I know I can't hear you guys. I can see only a couple of you guys, but in your head, be like, man, thank you. I found it. Thank you, I found it. Why? Because there's somebody out there that's saying, man, I don't know what to do. I went to college. I got my degree. I got the dream job. I'm an engineer. I got the dream job. And right now, I'm not even fired. I'm furloughed. You know what's worse than being fired is being furloughed. That's like dating a girl and not knowing if y'all together or if y'all broke up yet. So it's kind of like that in-between phase. There are people, there's in large proportions, there are people that don't know if they're fired or not. There are people that don't know if they can go back to work. They're receiving they received the stimulus check, they're receiving unemployment, but guess what? That's cut off now. So what's next? What's next? In the land of opportunity, before COVID-19, there was a large pond, picture a lake with fish in it, right? Let's say a million fish, a million people that were unemployed that are looking in your town, a million people that are unemployed looking for something. They're looking for it. Well, thanks to COVID-19, guess what happens? 10 million fish and growing are now dumped into this pond. Instead of fishing with a pole, you guys just decided to fish with a net. You swept the ocean floor. These are people that are looking for an opportunity. They're on their knees right now praying. You would not be out of line by asking somebody a question. Have you been praying for change? Have you been praying for somebody to guide you financially? Well, yeah, actually I have. Well, pleasure to meet you, man. My name is Jason. I kind of felt that you were praying. I could kind of see it on you. And you would not be out of line to do that. People are looking for change, people in your family. But if you ask them, you ask your relatives, you ask your friends, they're going to say, oh, yeah, I'm fine. They'll make jokes. Oh, I got the stimulus check. No, you're not fine. You're not fine. We're going to change that. I'm going to show you a business where cash flow is king. It's economy proof. Up economy, down economy. Great president, bad president. Who cares? Primerica is gonna cut the check. Okay, anybody got a check? Let me see, I'm gonna turn it to gallery view real quick. Has Primerica ever bounced a check to anybody on this call? Let me look, I'll wait. Wow, no, nobody on this page. Let's check the second page, hold on. No bounce checks? Every time they write a check, it clears? Sometimes they write checks when they shouldn't write checks? You ever got a check and was like, man, I didn't think I was gonna get a check that day and I really got a check. Thank God for Primerica. Hey, so we're in a company where they're not bouncing checks. They're not cutting payroll, they're increasing it. Why would you not take advantage of a situation like this? Why would you not go all out? Why would you not give this everything? And then last but not least, why would you not give it your all? Because you own it and you can transfer it to your kids. That is the best piece, that you can own it and transfer it to your kids. And so with that being said, I actually get a chance to, well, I don't know if you want me to bring Eric back up and let Eric introduce him, how you guys want to do this?
No, G, go ahead.
All right, cool. So I get a chance to introduce somebody that's been my coach literally for the past 26 years of my life. Keep in mind, I'm only 26. This guy's been coaching me literally since the day I was born on how to be a great human being first, and then how to be great in business second, you know? Les Brown, for you guys who know who Les Brown is, he told my dad when I was around 5 or 6, he says, Gary, if you can raise a baseball player, you can raise a football player, you can raise a basketball player, an actor, a dancer, an entertainer, Gary, you can raise an entrepreneur. Nobody's raising entrepreneurs right now. So my dad took that on as a task, and I became his guinea pig, right? And so today, I'm sitting in front of you as a full-blown entrepreneur. We're growing our business, our Primerica business, hand over fist. And our growth, if you just look at the percentages that we're growing at, it's really scary. Like I said, we made $117,000 this month last year. Today, we've been paid $125,000. We'll make $250,000 this month. We'll go over 1.8 here in the next 2 weeks. That's exciting, but that doesn't happen if you just have a bunch of strength and no wisdom. And I would even say it doesn't happen when you have a bunch of wisdom and no strength. But when you take those two dynamic pieces and put them together, something special happens. And so on January 10th, 2014, we decided to leverage my strength with my dad's wisdom. And I was scared. I don't think he was scared, but I was nervous. I was like, man, what if I mess this up? And I just listened to everything that he told me to do. Every play he called, I ran. If he said, Gary, I need you to get 10 numbers a day, I went and did 12. And because of that, we're now succeeding in business hand over fist, you guys. And so, like I said, I wouldn't be who I am without this guy in more ways than one. Y'all give it up to my dad, my coach, my mentor, Gary Kornegay Sr.
Thank you, Gary Kornegay. Appreciate that, man. It's a great, yeah, give him a hand, you guys. Give Gary a hand. Thank you so much, G2. I appreciate you. It's pretty good when you can split yourself in half. You know, if you're Ortiz fan, you can split yourself in 4 ways and quarters, okay? That's the benefit of having a family-based business. So thank you so much, Gary, that we get to tag team. I can tell you, well, first of all, I want to thank you, Ortiz fans, for having us on this phenomenal Super Saturday. These are special times in Primerica. If you see a little bit of echo, they threw me in the dungeon. We're here in Vegas, spent the week with Rick Susie. We bring our top producers out every month or every quarter, depending on if we hit our goals. I'm at the Bellagio, and so they threw me in the dungeon, which is the bathroom. So if you hear a little bit of echo, that's where I'm at. And Gary's in the big old suite area. That's the disadvantage, of being a parent. Your kids now tell you what to do. So I'm in the bathroom doing a webinar. So this is the first time it's ever happened. Don't tell anybody, hey, Coach Kornegay did a damn webinar in a bathroom. I just hope my wife don't walk in and take a shower in front of you. All right. Anyway, so seriously, so thank you, Ortiz fan, for having us on the phenomenal Super Saturday. This is my 32nd year in the company. 3 decades ago, I was introduced to this great business when it was unknown, unpopular, ridiculed, talked about, opposed, you name it. We actually had to deal with that under the name A.L. Williams. And then I watched the transition go from A.L. Williams over to Primerica, where A.L. Williams over to actually, Primerica, then Primerica Travelers Company, then Primerica City Company, and now Primerica PRI. So I've been around long enough to, wow, I think I've lasted 6 CEOs, in the company, okay? And so you can tell how long I've been around. I don't look that old, but black don't crack, but I have been around, for a while, okay? But thank you so much. I want to dive right into some fundamental training. I know Gary did a lot of head stuff, mindset, but I want to kind of take my little 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and just teach you kind of some strategies that you don't already know already, that I'm just going to be redundant with Jason, Eric, and Ed, Yvonne Ortiz, and their family to talk to you guys about. Nothing new, just a different way of delivering it, all right? As you guys know, we run a family-based business, just like the Ortiz family, and few families can work together, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, I know the Ortizes look like Dad, Mom, are we that weird? Why? Because we all get along, we all work together, and a lot of times families can't work together in a little bitty mom and pop taco business, less known the financial business. So when you get those, and it's sad, Ortiz, because why are we weird? That's always like to ask myself that question. Why is a family working together weird? Like you work with your parents? Like for real? Yeah, but don't you want your own? I have my own. But why don't you start jumping outside of Primerica? Let your parents do that. Well, let me ask you a question. Would Paris Hilton open up a damn Marriott? No. You're not going to ask Henry Ford the Fourth to go start a Chevy business. We're standing on our parents' shoulders. My parents are never in Primerica. Okay, never. My parents own a business. They were pastors and ministers. That's I get paid to do that. But they own a maintenance company. We clean office buildings and we clean high-end homes when I was a little baby, and grocery stores. So I grew my whole life basically mopping floors, just cleaning toilets. My parents own a maintenance company. And then they got into real estate in the 1960s. So now we have these rental properties. And so guess what? When I got married, on my wedding day, most people get a blender. I got a house. How about that? Okay? So for my wedding, I got a whole house, a 3-bedroom house as a wedding gift. You know what that has nothing to do with you standing on your dad's shoulders. Well, what do people need? Food, clothes, and shelter. Guess what I don't have to worry about? The biggest one, shelter. So when I started A.O. Williams, when most people are like, I gotta pay my mortgage, I gotta pay my rent, I can't quit my job. I was able to quit my job the first day. I started Primerica on a Tuesday. I literally quit my job on the Wednesday. How you quit your job right away? Because the biggest bill, my mortgage, was handled. Because I don't have a mortgage. So I started my marriage off. I got married to Pat a year before I joined Primerica. Okay? So 1 year into marriage, I find Primerica, quit my job the next day. And he'll go, weren't you stressed out? I go, never thought about it. Was it hard on you? Not one day. Frustrating? Yes. But not because of Primerica. Frustrated because I couldn't get people to see the vision. And really, that's you guys' biggest frustration. Not that you don't believe in buy, turn, invest the difference. You don't go to bed at night wanting Primerica to be in business, right? Like Gary talks about, you're not going to bed hoping that Primerica checks don't bounce, right? You don't worry about that crap. So what's your frustration? Not getting people to see your vision. Not getting people to see your vision. That's your frustration. Who will admit to that? If everybody could see what's in your head, how big would you be? Come on, y'all. If everybody could see what's in your head, how big would you be? Nobody would tell you no. So you got one frustration, and that is getting people to see what you see. That's your biggest frustration. It ain't because you can't pass the test. It ain't because your production sucks, right? And your recruiting sucks. You know why your production's low? Because people can't see what you're articulating. But if they can get inside your head and see what your vision is, they will quit their jobs tomorrow. So I had a chance to start my career off not worrying about if there's gonna be a roof over my head. Now, what I gotta pay? Utilities, right? Yeah, I've been on long enough, but I've been on longer than cable TV. So there was no cable TV bill, okay? Okay. That sounds kind of crazy, but I've been around when TV went off at 12 o'clock at night. Anyways, okay? But I had gas bill. Here are my bills, okay? Didn't have a car note. Okay, I just got married to Pat. Pat had a car note. You know, when you just get married, her bills are still her bills. You know what I'm saying? You ain't merged them yet. And that's your car note. That ain't my car note. That's your car note. I ain't got no bills, but I'm driving her car. Honey, can I use your car? Why? I ain't got no car. But that ain't our car note? No, that's your car note. But can I use your car? So I had electric bill and gas bill. My parents paid the water bill. You ready for this? Guess what got cut off multiple times? My electric and my gas. You know, it's like, Gary, you can't pay electric, man, like $40 a month. Gas bills like $20 a month. Like, you can't pay $60. Hey, don't laugh at me, Eric, okay? But my parents lived 2 doors down from me, okay? So I lived at 1135 West 71st Street. They live at 1139. There's one house in between our house. I used to run an extension cord because my power went out. I used to run an extension cord from my parents' house over my neighbor's backyard, you know, one of them 100-foot cords, right? Over my neighbor's backyard into my house. So we have at least one light on. And I just told my wife, we just got married, hey, baby, it's gonna be romantic. We're gonna have candles through the whole house. And, you know, we have a little one light on. What happened to electricity? Oh, you know, they're working on the poles, up the street, there's been a power outlet somewhere. Maybe somebody hit an electric pole and they let the lights out, you know. But I called, they're gonna fix it Monday. So, but our point is, we started out with less stress. So now today, obviously I'm in business with my son and his wife, we're in the same company, But my son is standing on my shoulders. I'm standing on my parents' shoulders. Because they wouldn't have hooked me up with a house. I'd be like most young married couples, got to pay the mortgage. I can't quit my job. Then we had kids 5 years later. Oh my God, I couldn't quit my job. I got kids. So we didn't have that. So because of this great company, if you have young adult, or middle age, regardless of the age, if you have adult children, sounds like an oxymoron, adult children. Is there another way to say it, by the way? I can't find another way. Grown kids, that sounds crazy too, okay? But if you have adult children, I don't know another way to say it, okay? If you have children that are adults, that don't sound right, okay? But anyways, if you have adult children, you might want to introduce them to the Ortiz family. You might want to say, look how this family's doing it, not comparing, because that'll piss off your kids or your mom and daddy, but you want to say, look at this family, look at the Kornegay family, look at the Safford family. There's many family businesses in here. And hey, look, I'm not trying to get on your butt. It's Super Saturday. Why would you beat up corporate America? Why would you beat up corporate America? ESBI, right? Employee Self-Employed Business. But your kids are going to corporate America. Oh, did I say that? That's shot fired. This is supposed to be a Super Saturday, right? I mean, why would you beat up corporate America if your kids are going to corporate America? My kid just wants to work at Chipotle. He wants to learn how to be a man. Okay, then buy Chipotle. Buy him a Chipotle business, right? But I'm saying, why preach anti-employeeism, but your children are employees? See, in my household, my kids, I tell my kids, listen, don't disrespect adults. If you don't use foul language, okay, don't use foul language in front of people that are, like teachers and adults in our household, right? Use foul language, fine. But if you say I'm gonna job, I'm kicking your butt out the house. Okay, you say the F-bomb in my house, but you can't say job. You say job, you got to go. We're gonna disown you, okay? Because why we got this great business model. So I want to kind of show you how this whole thing works, okay? So now today we live in a Zoom economy. Hey, I've Zoomed so much now. If Gary have kids, I'm gonna name my grandkids Zoom. Okay, my first grandson we call Zoom. Zoom Kornegay. Okay, that's how many Zooms I do a day. Okay, I don't know if I'm coming or going. I thought technology is supposed to make our life easier. Man, if I don't have a Wi-Fi, I'm gonna shoot myself. Like, you're kidding me? My Wi-Fi don't work. First thing we do is come to the Bellagio. What's the first thing you do to check in the hotel? You checked up the Wi-Fi. If you ain't got Wi-Fi, I'm out. So guess what? We are here in Bellagio, building a business, zooming our way. Watch this, Ed. Do you realize one day, I'm speaking this in advance, so you can at least give me credit, there'll be a day next year, if not the end of this year, where someone's gonna say, hi, my name is Bill Jones. I'm a ZRVP. What? Yeah, I'm a ZRVP. I'm a ZSVP. I'm a ZNSD. I'm a ZSNSD. What are you, is that a new position? It's called Zoom. I was born in the world of Zoom. I joined in Zoom. I've never seen an op night. I don't know what the heck that looks like. Get it? But I advanced through district, division, regional RVP, and I'm a Zoom RVP. My question is, which one of you guys that are not RVPs gonna be the first Zoom RVP? You were born in a virtual world. We got a bunch of Zoom districts right now. We got a bunch of Z districts. We got some Z divisions. In the last 5 months, we've had Zoom, yes or no. So guess what? There's gonna be somebody on stage at a convention one day. Get it, Eric? And they're gonna say, hi, my name is Bill Jones. I'm a regional vice president, just got my 3rd diamond. I got involved in Primerica during the great pandemic of 2020. I've never met my upline until I went RVP. Why did you meet him? Social distance. I mean, I met him online, get it? I'm in a whole nother state. He's in Georgia, I'm in California, and I wanna thank Ed and Yvonne Ortiz. Now mind you, this person's speaking at the convention. let's assume this pandemic goes away, right? And it will. And we're back to norm, at least what we think is norm. And we're at a convention, Eric and Jason, and it's 50,000 people, right? And somebody comes out on stage, they want the new REP speakers or the new SEP speakers, Virginia Carter Award, right? And they're up there, they go, I want to thank my coach. I want to thank Eric Ortiz. I've never met this man. I've only met him on Zoom. And he comes out from behind stage. And she goes, oh my God. It's like seeing your daddy for the first time. Oh my God, there's my dad. And she runs up and she hugs Eric Ortiz. Oh my God, I love you. I've seen you all the time on Zoom for the last year. I just never met you in person. You're shorter than I thought you were. You're bigger than I thought you were. You're blacker than I thought you were. I don't know what they're gonna say, right? You're skinnier, fatter. Oh my God. There's gonna be somebody telling that story one day. Who believes me? Raise your hand. Who believes that's gonna happen? Maybe somebody in this webinar. You might go, he's talking to me. I just got involved a day ago. I'm gonna be a Zoom RVP. Hey, look, Tanya Poe. Have you heard the name Tanya Poe? In 2008, in the worst economy since the Great Depression, I told my team, there's gonna be a person speaking at a Primerica meeting that was born in the Great Recession of 2008. And that person is Tanya Poe. In 2008, she was losing everything because of the mortgage mess. And she's in a parking lot at a Target, paying her bills and crying because she lost her homes, multiple homes, because she was buying and flipping and got caught buying and couldn't flip. That makes sense? Because the market had fell up under her. So now she got these properties that she can't flip. So she's crying in a parking lot at a Target as she's paying her bills. And a young Hispanic guy named Herman Rojas, whose wife told him, go inside Target and get me some numbers. Hey, gentlemen, listen to your wife. Go inside Target and get me some numbers. He went at Target, Jason, came out, and he said, ain't nobody in there. His wife go, what? He said, ain't nobody in there. She said, no, no. And she locked the door, true story. She locked the door and rolled the window up and says, you're not getting this car until you give me some numbers. And he sees a black lady sit in the car. How about that? He sees, is God awesome? He lined that up perfectly. Jason, he sees a black lady sitting in the car because his wife won't let him in his car. And he approaches Tanya Poe. Excuse me, miss. And she goes, what? You know, she's from Compton. What? You don't approach me like that. You scared me. And he talked to her and gave her the number, met with her, showed her at the kitchen table that he made $600. And she said, I'm in. How about that? Today you have Tanya Poe, NSD, $700,000 earner. Guess what? She was born in 2008 in the Great Recession. Eric, somebody's gonna be born in 2020 in the great pandemic, economic recession. Give it a name. I'm gonna call it something. Just know if you, now watch this, Gary talked about it. But if you're not already out in the lake, there's a lake called the Lake of Opportunity. And COVID-19 put 44 million people in the Lake of Opportunity. These are people that filed unemployment. 44 million people filed unemployment in the Lake of Opportunity. So now, guess what? They dumped 44 million people into the lake. And what you gotta do is you gotta say, hold on a second, you know, I gotta be out there with my fishing pole. No, I gotta get a net. Write this down, okay? Your network determines your net worth, W-O-R-T-H, if your net worth. Ooh, your net worth, Eric, determines your net worth if your net works. Now, what does that mean, that last piece? What that means is, Ed and Yvonne, if your net worth, that means the amount of people that you know, is going to determine your net worth, but your job's a network net that don't work. Your job net doesn't work. Who understand what I'm saying? Your mom and pop barbershop, that's a net that doesn't work. These are the multi-level things that are out there: Forex trading, coffee. Now that's good. Hey, we use all that stuff, right? Coffee and makeup and all that stuff. Yeah. Guess what? The net doesn't work. Primerica is a net that works. So if you have a net that works and you have a network, get it? Your network with a net that works increases your net worth. And we have a net that works. Look at me, I'm an example of it. I'm making $200,000 a month. Gary Kornegay, kicked out of high school, repeat the 12th grade, South Central Los Angeles. And this company's paying me $50,000 a week. I'm making 10 grand a day, me? And I'm in the bathroom. They got me in the dungeon. I make $50,000 a week, and they put me in the hole. But what a great opportunity. So my advice to you in closing, get out there in the middle of the lake of opportunity. And today it's Zoom. You know, it's literally get out there. It means don't go nowhere. It means go put a nice top on, look a little professional, don't stand up. You don't want to see what's below the waist, okay? But you know what I'm saying? Put a good top on, look professional, get a good Wi-Fi and a good computer or a good smartphone, and you have been there. And you have been there. If you do that enough times, you every day, do 10 webinars a day. So what? You ain't got to drive nobody's house anymore. Your commute is from your bedroom to wherever in my case, the bathroom. From the bedroom to the bathroom, and you do a presentation, and you get to walk out and go, honey, let's go grab lunch. And you'll grab breakfast or lunch, and you got another appointment, you go, honey, give me a second, I'm gonna step outside real quick. I got my smartphone, I'm gonna sit in the car real quick. I got a cell signal, I'm gonna do another webinar. You can literally do business on your yacht in the Mediterranean, as long as you get a good Wi-Fi. So the opportunity there is a lot better. I wanna thank you, Ortiz fam, for having me. I know it's 8 o'clock on my time, it's 11 o'clock your time. I appreciate you. I'm turning back over to you, Ed and Jason. Ed, Yvonne, we love your family. You know, you're a role model for our family. Watch you guys, what you guys are doing with your beautiful wives. Just continue to grow your business. God bless you. There's G2.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, he's in the dungeon with me.
No.
Bye-bye.
All right, hey, Coach, we're gonna get you on real quick. We're just getting on. Hey, Coach Ed, are you there, Coach? Joe, if you can unmute him real quick, if you can find him. But thank you guys again, man. Thank the Kornegay family, man. You guys, man, I'm telling you, thank you, man. This was some good stuff, some great stuff, and we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it to that ruby ring, man, and beyond, man. You guys definitely gave us some great advice. All right, and oh, here's my head coach. All right, Coach, yeah, you there?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Oh, man, what an honor, man. That was absolutely phenomenal. Gary, thank you so much, man. Truly appreciate that. You guys killed it. And I just want to let you know, man, it's been an honor to be coached by you guys this morning. It's truly an honor. We sincerely appreciate from the bottom of our hearts, man. And what you guys delivered to do. G2, man, you're on it, man. And
Appreciate it.
Gary, man, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man.
God bless you.
I want to thank also, it's a family business. You're right, man. I want to thank Eric for putting this whole thing together and, you know, putting this encounter because, man, we received today, big time. We received. And I truly, truly appreciate you. And as y'all know, in Primerica, you hang around with successful people, hey, you're going to be successful. You hang around with folks that are making money, you're gonna be making money. Okay, and that's what we want here. And you mentioned it, man. I mean, what you just said, man. Those bullets out there. Your net worth is determined by your network is determined by will determine your net worth if your net works. And that's the Primerica. That's us, man. That's us. That's what Primerica is all about. And about the vision, man. That vision, I'm telling you, that's the biggest challenge in this business is nothing more than, you know, for your people to see the vision, to see, man, I see it. I see it. Come on board, man. Guys, come on board. I mean, because it is so sweet out here. You know, but our job is to rally these guys together, and you guys did that, man. And I sincerely appreciate that. And you're right. Out of this right here, there's going to be folks, you know, I'm telling you, you know, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the road where you're going to say, man, this whole thing started in July. This whole thing started with the Kornegays when they share that vision with us, man. I'm telling you, I see that thing. I honestly see that. And I just want to thank you, man. Truly thank you guys for doing that. And if there's anything that our team can do for your team, hey, we're here. We're here. We're all about that, okay?
We'll call. Don't play.
Yeah, we're going to bug you.
By all means, anytime, brother. I thank you so much, man. I thank you so much. Also, I also want to share with you, for the whole team, guys, our goal in the month of July, right now, our goal is to do 500 recruits, 300,000 in premium as a hierarchy. That's what we're looking at. So far, we're on the 10th of the month, 11th of the month. We're at 130 recruits, all right? So we're getting there. We got to crank it up, man. We got to shift this thing into second gear or just put it back in first and step on this thing, okay? Our premium is at 50,000. We got to get this thing to 300,000. So, hey, listen, this is the time. This is the time. Go let it rip, man. Go talk to the world, man. Go talk to the world. Go share with them what is it that we're doing. Go share with them. Hey, listen, let me share an opportunity with you. There's something special that's happening here. I mean, this is the time. This is our time, and we got to take advantage of it, man. We got to talk to the world. We got to go out there. We got to make this thing happen, okay? Because I'm telling you, I'm so excited for everything that's happening, and I just want to, hey, just let everyone know that, hey, let's continue pushing forward, man. Let's go for this thing, okay? And I thank you, guys. Thank you, all of you, for being on this call. And thank you again for the Kornegays, and thank you for the Aviators, man. Everyone putting it together, Derek, and all the RVPs, man. I thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys, and let's take it to the next level, all right? So with that, I pass it back to you, Eric. Close us out, man.
All right, guys, you heard him. You heard him. Let's go out there. Let's have a great week. Let's go have a great day, and let's go deliver for our families as well, too, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and unmute everyone real quick, and we're gonna call it out from all areas of the nation, from Alaska, California, Utah, Arkansas, North Carolina, New York. Let's go! All right, we got these.